Subscribe everywhere. Greetings to you all here. Alexandria is a beautiful and very unique city that can truly give you a different experience compared to the other Egyptian cities. Today in this video, I will give you complete tips for anyone planning a vacation in Alexandria. You need to know this because, in short, it will make your visit to Alexandria more enjoyable. The more information you have about the city you are going to and what will happen to you, the better your tourist experience will be and you will benefit more. That's why we will cover transportation, prices, where to stay, and important tips you need to know. All of this and more will be in this video, and I would love to hear your opinions in the comments below if you need more information. At the same time, make sure to follow me for upcoming videos where I will cover more about Egypt. Now, let's go to Alexandria and start. What we are talking about is the topic of reaching the airport, the prices for communication packages, and all of this while we see it now as you will experience it when you arrive in Alexandria and Borg El Arab Airport. Here is a form that you fill out before you go to the passports. We have now arrived at Alexandria Airport. The important thing is that I arrived here via an airline called Air Cairo, which is relatively budget-friendly. What I liked about the experience is that it was straightforward. The flight was good, the seats were average, but overall, the trip was suitable. They even provided us with meals, like a snack box. In short, if you want to take this airline to come to Alexandria or Cairo, you shouldn't worry about the flight being unsuitable. Everything is fine. Here, you can go to the bank to pay the visa fee for non-Egyptians, which is $25 for entry. The process was quick regarding the passports. Everything was good. As a Syrian, I entered here, and if we have a residency in a Gulf country, you can enter without paying the visa fee of $25. However, there is something specific here because once you arrive in Egypt, you must register your passport with the passports office in the country, meaning inside Alexandria or Cairo. But here, even if you pay $10, they will stamp your passport directly at the airport, so there's no need to go on a long journey. As a Syrian, I was given a 6-month stay, and you can remain as long as you have residency in a Gulf country. Overall, the process was smooth, pleasant, and quick. As I mentioned, I started with a $25 visa, paid $10 for the procedures, and everything was really straightforward. The arrival process here was very quick, honestly, at Borg El Arab Airport in Alexandria. We finished with the passports in no time. Of course, there is no Wi-Fi at the airport, except for those with Egyptian lines. This needs to be activated. The airport shuttle was supposed to take you from the airport here, which is Borg El Arab in Alexandria, but they told me that the service is currently stopped. The communication shops here have prices for internet. Approximately 5 GBs for 60 minutes costs around 165 Egyptian pounds and 11.5 GBs for about 265 minutes. The prices are considered cheap, but they told me that prices might be cheaper now in the city center, which is normal. When you exit, you can also find airport taxis that will take you to downtown for about 650 Egyptian pounds. Now we went outside to the external area. This is Borg El Arab International Airport, located in Egypt. Regarding transportation, unfortunately, everyone told me not to change taxis. The second option you have is the most available apps like Uber, Careem, and InDrive. And there's even one called Didi. For example, from Borg El Arab Airport to downtown, where I stayed, which is in the center of Alexandria, and by the sea, we checked the app, and it costs about 166 Egyptian pounds, which is roughly $3 and a bit. I consider the price to be quite good. As you saw, the airport taxi takes about 650 Egyptian pounds from you. Of course, a larger car is better if you are 5 or 6 people. But in general, the apps here are working excellently so far. I bought a SIM card here from the airport and immediately activated the internet. I requested a car through the apps to go outside. Of course, you can communicate directly with the driver, even if you don't want to use the apps. You can almost negotiate with them here in Egypt. It's very nice, and people negotiate. For example, you could say, if you want to go to the car stands here, I didn't tell you to take a taxi right away. A taxi from here to the city center, which is Raml Station, costs about £500, but you could get it for 300, comfortably. So this is also a suitable option if you, for instance, don't want to use the application or do those things. The second point is very important, which is the topic of accommodation and where to stay in Alexandria. Of course, Alexandria is a coastal city par excellence, meaning most tourist spots are all along the beach. For those who want to see places in Alexandria, where to go and where to come, this video will be specifically for you, featuring about 10 to 15 places to check out to find the right spot for you. However, regarding accommodation, your first stop or option, honestly, I wouldn't recommend, is Raml Station, which is in the center of Alexandria. I will show you the hotel I stayed in, and will put the booking link in the video description because it will give you what I can call an authentic Alexandria experience, as the hotel has been around for about 100 years, but it is clean and tidy, and at the same time, it has a direct sea view. Raml Station is great because you are close to the center of Alexandria, allowing you to stroll and experience the original spirit of Alexandria right around the hotel. As you can see, the old style is very charming, giving a special beauty to the place, and it even has a piano. I have a strong desire to open the door, and I am determined to do so. I want to reach out, grasp the handle, and gently pull it open, allowing me to step through to the other side. In the morning, there is a comprehensive breakfast at the hotel, and there is also a nice treat at 6 o'clock in the same place where breakfast is served, offering you light snacks. But the most important thing here is to enjoy the classic old elevator.
You see how... Could you kindly please open the door for me right now?
You simply need to close the outer door and then gently press the cafe button that you want to go to. We are going up to the roof. We went down to Antica. So if you noticed how high the ceiling is, the hotel is nice and very clean. This is all about the room. Honestly, it is wonderful and clean. There is a breakfast gathering, but here is the bathroom. The second area I was in, to be honest, is the Maamoura area, which is about 35 to 40 minutes away from downtown Alexandria. Of course, transportation is available through apps, but the beauty is that you have direct access to the sea and a very beautiful beach. The environment is really wonderful, without the pollution that exists, for example, and the air is sometimes cleaner because of the congestion of microbuses and all that in the city center. You will feel the massive pollution if there are people with rabies, as Maamoura is considered a distant but wonderful and quiet area where you can relax and stay in a place like this. It is common here, or you can even take a resort there. At the same time, I mentioned that the last thing is the app Rai, as things in recent years have not been clear. Here is the apartment located, for example, in Maamoura. You have 2 bathrooms, and it's quite clean. This consists of 2 rooms, and each room has about 4 beds, meaning 2 double beds. Over here is the complete kitchen, and here is the dining area. You also have the base, and at the same time, you have a direct view of the sea. Here, of course, you have the entire Al Maamoura promenade,
which is completely private, and therefore entry is like having a permit and a special card. There is another room here, which is almost the last one, suitable for a large family of 6 people, and it is comfortable even with a second bathroom. Of course, there is a lot of emphasis on cleanliness. Good morning. Alexandria Beach, and there is Maamoura. By the way, this is also a resort, meaning this is a resort where you can take a private beach here. And if you want, you can find a place to stay here, as I did by renting an apartment. You can expect to pay around £150 per person. We have more than one option. Maamoura is not just a beach, but a clean and organized area. This is all of Maamoura, which is a complete city, but this is the area that is directly on the sea. As you can see, this is the Maamoura beach. The area is called Montaza Palace, which is a large garden area. The sea is far from Alexandria, and each area is a garden area where you can come and enjoy. There are also entertainment facilities, and even a beach entrance for about £30. This is the wall that separates them, and at the same time, you can come here to another beach. From the park, you have access to the same sea, and there are also other places called Tea Island. These areas are quite nice. Of course, we are currently taking pictures in the winter, even though the weather is very pleasant. However, there aren't many tourists, so there isn't much activity, as you can see in the park or even in Maamoura. But as you can see, these beaches are perfect if you want to spend a day here. You can come to Maamoura and enjoy these beautiful beaches. There are also many other famous areas here in Alexandria, but it has become a bit far away.
The third topic is about food, of course. Many people will tell you that as an Egyptian, I might have issues with my stomach and intestines. I won't say no or yes because the restaurants here are honestly different. You have clean and organized restaurants. There is a special video about the best restaurants I have tried here in Alexandria based on personal experience without any advertisements. But I can say that you should definitely try the food in Alexandria. In all the food you know, you gradually start to get used to Egyptian food. This is because your body needs to adapt to the environment and the food, as Egyptian food tends to have a lot of oils, which can cause issues for some people. The fourth topic we will discuss is the weather. I was honestly surprised by Egypt. Whether talking about winter or even summer, there are fluctuations in the weather. Therefore, don't expect the weather to be what I anticipated for Egypt. I expected it to be pleasant, but Alexandria was actually a bit cold, with temperatures reaching 12 or 13 degrees. The bigger issue is that there is a sea breeze, which can really make you feel chilly. If you pay attention to your situation, your experience will be easier, especially regarding money exchange and all the questions. Of course, you can exchange money at the airport if you want, and you can also exchange through hotels, which may accept dollars. Some hotels, especially tourist spots like the Fortress and museums, only accept payment via Visa or credit card. You must pay using a Visa or card. The third important thing is about tourist attractions, where to go, and how many days you need. Honestly, in Alexandria, I can say it's quite large, so I recommend spending 3 to 5 days. You have the main area, Raml Station, where you can spend a day visiting the Library of Alexandria and exploring Raml Station and its surroundings, seeing Old Alexandria and the Roman Museum, all of which are featured in the video I mentioned about the attractions. On the second day, you can head to the Bari area and the fortress, and you might want to visit the area known as Abu Abbas al-Mursi, which has nice seafood restaurants for a change of atmosphere. The next day, you could explore the charming part of Alexandria near the Crystal Bridge, perhaps visiting San Stefano Mall or going to Gleam. At the same time, if you want to see where the locals shop, there's a commercial area in Alexandria called Smuha, which is a bit inland, not by the sea, but it has more business, cafes, and upscale restaurants. So, spending 3 to 5 days, you will truly experience and enjoy Alexandria. As for the other, I will talk about how much money you need. Regarding the art I saw, as I mentioned, it's about $100 to $150, but you might get it for $80 depending on the price. As for the daily expenses, you could say that transportation will cost you around 50 Egyptian pounds, which is approximately equivalent to $1. Food will cost you about the same if you eat in restaurants and cafes and using transportation apps. Overall, you might need around $50 to $100 if you indulge a lot, but you can comfortably live on $10 as well. There are restaurants that charge £100, while others range from £350 to £500 per person, like seafood restaurants. However, if you eat sandwiches or street food, you can manage with £50 to £100, since sandwiches can cost £30 to £50. Entrance fees for tourist attractions are around £40 to £150. Transportation from places like Maamoura to downtown, which is considered one of the longer trips, costs about £100 to £150 depending on the time. So, honestly, you are looking at around $50 or about $2,500 to £5,000 to get by comfortably as a person. You can even accommodate 2 people, but it all depends on your spending. The last thing I want to mention is that if you think Alexandria is the place where you can find luxurious and modern spots, that's true. But these places are not very abundant. It's not the place you go to for high-end luxury and modern style. Alexandria has its own unique atmosphere and spirit that makes people love the sea and appreciate authentic experiences. You can see people enjoying the beach atmosphere, eating, walking along the Corniche, and living in that vibe. This is the spirit of Alexandria. However, if you are looking for something luxurious and resort-like, you can find it. But I wouldn't say it's of extremely high luxury and opulence. If you are coming to relax, that's one thing. But if you are coming to explore, enjoy, see the atmosphere, eat good food, and watch the local people enjoying their simple lives, that's what truly embodies the special spirit of Alexandria. The summer resort for the people of Egypt, above all, is Alexandria, especially for those who love the authentic atmosphere. Alexandria is also the main destination. Of course, if you can go to Alexandria and then travel to Cairo, there is an airport with flights, and you can even take a bus or microbus to Cairo, which will cost you around 200 Egyptian pounds. Therefore, things are smooth and pleasant, and the people are kind. Honestly, I expected that due to the economic situation, people would try to see you as a foreigner and might try to cheat you or raise prices. However, the locals were very nice and respectful. Yes, in every country, when someone serves another, you expect to give them a tip, and this is common in all tourist destinations. But no one will come and say, "I will charge you extra." This is not true. From my experience, people are generous and dignified. They genuinely help you. When they see you are unfamiliar, they come to assist you. What makes Egypt special is the ease of interaction. Things just flow, regardless of your situation. Things will work out. The people are nice, and everything is peaceful. Stay tuned for the upcoming videos, God willing, about Egypt for anyone who needs information. Be sure to share and subscribe to get the latest updates. Also, follow me as I create short videos that are available on TikTok and Instagram, as they highlight specific topics in a concise and useful way. Share them for good, my lovely ones.